Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode on SAP UI5 theory training. In the last session in UI5, we talked about basics of CSS cascading style sheet. In today's session, we'll go ahead and discuss more features of CSS. Let's get started. I'll just quickly connect to our Web IDE. So let me just go ahead and connect to my SAP Web IDE personal edition in my local system. And then we'll look into the example, what we had created the other day. And finally, we'll start and discuss the new features of CSS. So by far, in the CSS unit, we discussed CSS on an HTML page. What is CSS box model to be able to position our elements with respect to other elements on the page, and how can we achieve responsive web design using float property. Then we also discussed about an exercise which was given to all of you. The solution of this exercise was already provided in our training blog. Thanks to Sridevi for providing this solution to all of us. I have already uploaded the solution into our training blog. You all can go and refer that sample solution already provided by Sridevi. So let me go into the system, and now it's connecting to my web ID, as you can see. Yes, there you go, it connected. And now let me just open up the project basic October. Just execute this up. And as usual, I'm going to run this in another window so that I can dock the windows hand to hand and practice that. So quickly, just to also show you the solution of the exercise, here we have three images and I want to display them back to back in a floating way. So let us go back and try to achieve that. My css.html. Just go inside. Double click on my css.html. It seems to be my web ID is little slow because I've added some critical projects into it. Okay, now it's back, and I'll just go back. And what we'll do is on these three images, we are going to apply the style. So the very first important thing to note in an image, when you see an image in HTML, the width and height of an image cannot be controlled by surrounding tag. You can definitely surround your images with the div element, but the width and height of these images cannot be controlled by the surrounding div tag. So if I create a surrounding div tag with an ID called, let's say, img, the width and height of these images cannot be controlled with this div tag. This is how it behaves. Images, this is how the images behaves. Let me create three div elements, surround it with my image. And now I'm gonna go on top, and here what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna write .img. It stands for my class name, and of course I'm gonna also apply a style on my images, individual images. Yeah, and this should be the class name, not the ID, guys. As usual, classification ID is always unique. So three images we have added, and all three images I'm applying a style based on class name. So what I'll also do is I'll just come here and apply image on tag name as well, img. That's a tag name, and I'll just first control the width and height of these images. So let me keep the width and height of each of the images 100 pixels or 150 pixels. First, let's come back and see the width and height of each of the image. How does it look? So come back, refresh. You can see all of them have been reduced down to 150 pixel. Looks very consistent. And now it's time to float them up. So go to the above one. This is the based on class name style. .img class name based style. And now I'll say float. Please float all of them on the left side. And of course, you got to clear the float, because once you start floating images, it will also start floating your simple form, which you got to clear, for which we are already using this one. Just come here, paste it, refresh, and voila, there you go. You can see all three images are now floating up. If you increase the width of the screen, you can see They're all in line. They're all in same line. That's the beauty. Yeah, that's what we wanted to achieve. Oops, sorry. Yeah. And now on a space between all three images, very easy. You can add some margin. Let's say 5 pixels. Gonna get some nice space between these three images. Superb, guys. Now, another interesting thing I want to demonstrate here is I want to give opacity property for these images. Okay. There's a question from Sudeep. Can you please explain clearing the float? Sure, Sudeep. Let's do that. So forget about this div element. Forget about this div element which I added. See what happens. I have applied a float property on my image element. The moment you apply float property, all the elements after this particular element onwards, which is here the class name, element with class name img. So after this element with class name img onwards, all the elements will start floating. If you refresh, you can see your personal detail also floating. Yeah. See how bad the system shows it, right? So what do? We must clear the float. We have to tell the system, please do not float any element after my images are finished. I want to just float my images. This also was explained in the last class. This shows that you have not practiced the last class and the last class video. That is the reason you are getting again this doubt. Okay, fine, no problem. Again, I repeat it. And there you go. I put a float. Save this. On the right side now, we can see it is no more floating my personal detail. It is got it down. Yeah. Now, let's add some more properties for image. So I want to add an opacity property, which is going to give me some kind of transparency in the image. So let's do that. So you can do it at any level, div element level or image level directly. So let me do it at image level. And I can say img opacity is 40%. Only 40% image should be visible. Refresh. Wow, there you go. You see the image transparency have been opacity has been changed to 40%. See guys how beautiful it looks. But now what I want is whenever I take my mouse onto the image, yeah, whenever I take my mouse onto the image, 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 that is the time I want to change something. Okay, dynamically, yes. When you hover your mouse on the image, that time want to change something. For that reason, in css we have a special power, we have a special feature called pseudo classes. What is pseudo class in css? Pseudo class in css are special features or are used to apply conditional styling without writing programming code. Example, when I take my mouse on image, style should change. Another example could be every alternate row of a table, even row and odd row of a table should have different style. Something of this sort. Yeah. I want to do something of this sort. That's where the pseudo classes comes into picture. You can find all the available pseudo classes as part of W3C school documentation. Okay. Majority of the pseudo classes are based on events or some special conditions. Okay, used for special styling purpose. So syntax for pseudo class, uses of pseudo class is again your selector colon. You have to use colon symbol. Pseudo class name, curly braces, and in here now you are going to write all the code. Okay, here inside this you are going to write all the code. This is what pseudo class does. Let's go back and check this up. So watch out here. I'm going to use a pseudo class on image called hover. Hover is a pseudo class. So I can come back and I'll say every element which has img class name colon hover is my pseudo class. It's a ready-made class. It's not a object-oriented class. It's called just a pseudo class. Okay. So now what happens whenever somebody hover on any element which is tag name, which has class name as img, whenever somebody take their mouse on an element which has class name as img, this should happen. And I'll say here my opacity should be changed to 100% visible. Watch out the magic. I refresh the page and watch out the magic. I'm just taking my mouse onto an element and there nothing is happening guys because I applied it on the div element. I should apply it on the tag name. Let me apply on the tag name image element. Refresh because the image property opacity is an image property. And now watch out when I take my mouse on an image. Watch out guys, when I take my mouse on an image, watch out. You see it's changing the opacity at runtime. You see this is how Facebook, Instagram they do it. They don't do any magic. This is how they do. This is how they do styling on a page. When you take your mouse on the picture, that time it's displayed, it's highlighted guys. That's the beauty. Pseudo class, hover pseudo class. Similarly there are more. Okay, let's add some more features. So I want to add also a border of 2 pixels solid red. Refresh, watch out now. Take my mouse and oops, it's not working. It's not working a border because my spelling is incorrect. My spelling was incorrect. Let's come back and voila, you can see a 2 pixel solid red color border is coming up around the image which I am highlighting. Clear everybody? You see 2 color solid red border is coming around it. This is how they do on internet. They don't do any magic guys. That's how they do things on internet. Yeah. They don't do any magic. Pseudo class, over pseudo class in this case. Now let's see some more features of CSS. So let me take you to my website onlinetheorytrainings.com and I'll show you quickly something interesting and ask you a question. Let's see how many of you can answer that. So when I come to my website oft.com, you will find there is something called on top a toolbar. What do you think is this control is of type? Anybody? What do you think is that the control on the top is of type? What do you think?
Navigation.
Yeah, it is navigation. But what is do you think is HTML element is this? Which type of HTML? There is no toolbar element in HTML. Which
Header.
element is? Sorry?
Header.
No, it's not header. When I will tell you the answer, you won't believe me. It is an unordered list. It's a UL tag. Do you believe me? It's a UL tag. Unordered list, guys. Now you say, Anubhav, unordered list looks like this. One, two, three, all the items in vertical alignment. Yeah, this is how they are looking. How come that one got transformed into this one? We can do that easily. That's all the magic of CSS. Let's go ahead and see how to create a fully styled toolbar with an unordered list element. So let's come back and I'm going to create a UL element, unordered list. And now inside this, I'm going to put list item. So I'm going to name this list item, let's say web intro. Another list item, I'm creating it as Sap UI5. Next one, I'll create it as Fiori. Next one, I'll create list item as maybe a web on. I've created 4 list items. Let's refresh. You see, this is how it looks. Now it's Anubhav. Don't joke with us. How come this gets converted to a toolbar? Yes, it is possible, guys. I will convert hardly in 5 minutes this particular object into a toolbar. Let's do a quick thing. I'm going to surround my each li element with a div element. Yeah, you can do that or you can directly apply, but it's a good practice to use the class name based style with a div element. And now just give an element ID for each div element. Yeah, and now let's give a class name here, and I'm going to give my item as class name. Whatever you wish, you can give. Let's surround the item, each element with item. That's what we are doing. We are just surrounding each element with item. Sorry, div element. Yeah. So now we have a surrounding div element called item around each of the element. Yeah, easy. Save this. Nothing happens. As usual, this is still displaying as a list. Which is fine, which is absolutely okay. Now watch out the magic. The very first thing which I'm going to do is step by step, line by line, no copy paste of code. Let's come back and say dot, and I'm going to add here item. So my class name dot item, and now I'm going to put here dot item. I want to apply style based on class name, all the items, and then I will say float to left. First of all, bring them on a same line because I want a toolbar. And voila, you can see now they're all coming in a simple same line. Now let us go next thing. I want to also say the system, please add a padding space of let's say 10 pixels. Refresh. You can see there is a padding of 10 pixel has been added. Are you getting with just 2 property? Do you see we are slowly getting into shape of a toolbar? Yeah. Just 2 properties I've added and we are slowly getting into shape of a toolbar. Next, I want a border. 1 pixel solid black. Let's refresh. Voila, you see it has got a border. 1 pixel solid black. I don't want this dot. There's a dot coming at the beginning of every item. I don't want that. Now that's something which is li is controlling. List item, li tag is controlling that. So I want to apply style on li, but make sure only the li's which are inside an element of item class. Again, I repeat, I may have somewhere else also li. So you may have an ordered list below, and here you may have li apple. Yeah, you may have li here orange. I don't want to affect these li's. Okay, guys, I don't want to affect these li's. What do I do? What do I do to avoid affecting these li's? I have to say I want to apply style on li's, only the li's. These li's must be children of an element with the class name item. Watch out here. If you simply apply the style on li element, system is gonna affect these li's and system is gonna affect these li's also. I don't want to affect these li's. I don't want to affect them. I only want to apply style on li those who are inside an element with the class name item. That's what we want to do. Okay, that's what we want to do. Those who are children of this item element, those who are children of item, only those I want to apply style on. Let's do that. So go on the top and now say dot item first of all, space line. Now guys, what it does, it only applies the style on li elements which are children of an element having class name item, which means all the li inside my div will be affected only. Now what I'm going to do is I come here and I'll tell the system please to a list style is none. Let's refresh. And voila, you see guys, system has removed that bubble, but system did not affected these li. But you see the floating, the disadvantage of floating. These things are floating up now. Yeah, we got to kill the floating. Let's kill the floating. So this killing of floating is done here. Let's move it up. Yeah, it's affecting our toolbar. Yeah, clear the float. Yes, clear the left side. Clear the left side. Don't want anything further. It clear the left side. And now you see, looks like a toolbar. What extra? Let's fill in some coloring to get it into shape of my toolbar. So let's fill in some coloring. So I'm gonna add here color property to white, and I'm gonna say background color property to orange. And come back, refresh. Voila! Wow, beautiful it looks. Here, guys. You can now I can say also something like hover. Whenever I hover on a toolbar item, that time that the background color should change. Very easy, very easy. Just say dot item, any element. If you just hover, just change the background and now watch out. Okay, come back and voila! See guys, a fully styled toolbar from an unordered list. Who could imagine that this kind of an element got converted to a fully styled toolbar, guys? And now you can round it up with an anchor tag also to click on this and navigate to a video. Yeah, I can navigate to a video, I can navigate to a page, whatever I wish to, I can do that. Pretty easy for me to do so. Yeah. Yes. Hover needs to be in uppercase. No, not necessary. CSS is not case sensitive, neither HTML. Yeah, so you can keep it in small letter. It still works. HTML and CSS are not case sensitive. Okay, they are not case sensitive. You can keep it in small. Okay, since I always prefer, guys, remember in my trainings, any of my training, whenever I'm writing code, I always try to follow best practices, the standard. Many times what so happened that we are able to achieve output in our company gave us some work, we are able to achieve the output. Yeah, we achieve the output, but we don't get that self confidence. Yeah, we still have that something missing attitude, something missing in our mind कि कुछ तो गलत किया है मैंने, something output तो मेरा आ गया, लेकिन something I might have done wrong, something I might have missed out, right? This goes keeps going in our mind, and that is something which doesn't allow me to sleep. When I go back home, I'm on the bed, I'm trying to sleep, but the same thing is running in my mind. Have I done something wrong? Output have come, but have I done something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Tomorrow in the code review, if somebody comes and point on my work, tomorrow in my meeting, if somebody come and say, hey, there is a better way to do this, you have not done it right. Hey, you have violated some standards. That is something which is always there in our mind. That is something which Anubhav always want you to work upon. And this is why in all my trainings, I always try to incorporate best practices. The way we write the code, the way we get used to the code has to be as per the best practices. So that when you write the code, nobody can come and point out on your code. There are many things we do just because of standard. Just because of standard, just because of following standard, we do a lot of things just to make our code look standard, just to make our code look beautiful, just to make our code look more and more closer to the best practices. This is what all my training does. There are many things which we do in our trainings just to keep things standard. Okay, not just coding guys, but making things more standard, making things more robust, more practical, more standard, more close to real time. How do we search for syntax? So Sayed is asking, how do we search? Sayed, W3 Schools is the best place for searching the syntax of on anything related to HTML, CSS. I think you missed out the previous classes, Sayed. I would request you to please go back and watch these videos which you have already missed out. Okay, so you can go to W3 Schools and check the syntax for CSS, all the different pseudo classes, all the different properties, different features of CSS, everything will be available on W3 Schools. Please watch the missed class video from our training blog, Sayed, so that you can recall things up. You have missed out about 5 classes. You got to watch them up. Yeah. Next question, can you please share some useful keyboard shortcuts for SAP Web IDE? Right now, we did not get into that game of useful shortcut. Right now, there's just one useful shortcut is Control Shift Slash to comment out a piece of code. So I want to comment out this piece of code. Control Shift Slash, it comments out the piece of code. Yeah. Control Z for undo. Beautification of JavaScript code. Control Alt B. Yeah. We're gonna see that once we reach to JS chapter. Okay, that time we'll see. Anubhav, why we have added the list style none separated statement? Instead we can add the same line where we added the color and border. No, the list style property only work on li tag. Okay, so the question here is, guys, why we added this style on li element? This list style property doesn't work, just like image के लिए width and height property does not work for image. Width and height does not work on div element level. Similarly, this property does not work at div element level. Let's cut this up and put it here at the element. Div, this is div ka class name. I'll put it here. Refresh. It works. Okay. Yeah, then no problem. You can do that. Okay. I remember now. Why I did this is to showcase you that sometimes if you have a requirement to apply style on an element which is inside another element as a children. Yeah. As a children, sometimes you want to apply some style on element which is a children of some other element. You want to only apply it on the children's. How do you do it? That is what I wanted to demonstrate. That's why I did it here like this. You can actually cut and paste this at this level. It works. Okay. Hope I get you the answer. But I wanted to demonstrate this feature, how to apply elements style on children's actually. Okay. In full stack, my beautification is disabled. Is there anything I need to make it enabled? There are settings actually. So you can see this gear symbol. Okay. Gear symbol preferences. Here you can go and choose the code completion enabled in FYD full stack. Okay. Code completion keyboard shortcuts. You can see that over here. So go to this gear symbol and you can accordingly choose your preferences for code completion and code shortcuts. Okay. Cool, guys. Let's move on then. So that's about fully styled toolbar using CSS. Now let's see some styling based on element names. So suppose my requirement is whenever I take my mouse, whenever I select something, an input field, the background color of this input field must change. Yeah. So maybe I want to do the style based on ID. So I want to just put an ID. It's already there, FN. So the moment page loads, I want to change the background color of my input field FN. Okay, I want to do that. So let's do that. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to say ID. Guys, which symbol do you use to apply style on ID? How does the CSS engine knows that what is ID, what is class name? What do you use to identify that this particular element is an ID style? No, dot is used for class name. You have not practiced last class. What is that which we use for ID base? Pawan has got it right. Perfect answer, Pawan. Thank you so much. I use FN hashtag, and now this will be applied on only the element which is ID as FN. Only the element which has ID FN, it will be applied. So say background color is yellow. Come back, refresh, and voila, you see the background color of this input field is changed to yellow color by default. That's an ID based style. Now what I want is I want to apply a pseudo class. I say all the input elements. Whenever I focus on any input element, I want to change the background color to maybe orange or brown. Let's come back, refresh. Watch out now. The moment you click on an The moment you focus on an input field, the background color must change to brown. Yeah, this is what we want. Did I do some spelling mistake? No. Input focus. Whenever some input field is focused, there's a space required after pseudo class, I think. And let's come back, refresh. No, it's not working. Yes, it is working, guys. You see, actually, this is ID based style is super overwriting this pseudo class based style. So ID based style is overwriting. So let me comment out ID based style and now try it. So watch out. The moment you focus on input field, you see the background color of that input field is changing to brown color. You might have seen these kind of features in website, old days websites. When you focusing on input field, uska background color change ho jata hai. Yeah, you can check that out. That's amazing feature. So now next part, let's see how can we design a fully styled table control. So in the last session we saw table control, and you guys were asking Anubhav, this particular table control which we have, this table doesn't have vertical or horizontal scroll bars. How, what can we do, Anubhav, to be able to achieve that? It's very easy. Let's create a table. So I'm gonna create a table control, and how we create a table we all know. So we just probably do it here. Table. A table control has two parts. One is table header and one is table body. We saw that in the last class of HTML. And now table header has table one table heading record TR, which has table headings TH tag, table heading 1, table heading 2, and table heading 3. And then in the table body, we will put table record again. And now I'll put table data, table cell, basically it is table data, table cell. And then I will put another record as part of my table body. So I'm gonna get two records in my table actually. It's a 2 by 3 table, two rows and three columns. Yeah. So 2 rows, 3 columns I'm creating. And now let's put the heading of the table. So I'm gonna say some fruit name or some team name, owner of the team, and maybe I'll say captain. Yeah. So let's create an IPL table. The team name, guys, I'm not good in cricket. Can you please name some teams, some good teams in IPL? Anyone? Some good teams, KKR. Okay. So owner of KKR is I think Shah Rukh Khan. And then who is the captain of KKR? Anybody? Please help me with the captain. DK. Okay. I don't know who is DK, but let's put it. Then let's help me please with another team name. Anyone? Any other team name? Please help me. Deccan Chargers. And let's put some name. Who is the owner? I don't know. Maybe DDK something. Let's put. And who is the captain of Deccan Chargers? Anyone? What is the name of the captain? Sheeker. Who is Sheeker? Warner. Who is Warner? I don't know. Okay, let's put it. No, no worries. Save this. Let's come back. Refresh the page, and you can see we have got a nice table, but it's not so really nice because you saw guys that it doesn't get you that feel of table, right? This was also one problem in last HTML chapter. Many of you were asking about doesn't look like a table really. So guys, HTML की जिंदगी में कलर नहीं था, सुनी सुनी गुजर रही थी मेरी जिंदगी, तुम आए और बहार आ गई. So that's what has happened when the CSS came into the life of HTML. HTML became colorful, stylish, and more modern. Yeah. So the table looks very raw. It doesn't really give a feel of a table. When you apply CSS, that's when it looks like truly a table. Let's apply some styling now on this table element. So I can give some ID for this table also. I can say my, or I can say IPL, some table. And let's come on the top and let's apply some style on the table. So I can say IPL. I can do a table style at hashtag IPL also, but I will just do it on TD and comma TH. So now what does the comma means? Comma means apply the same style, which I'm writing here on both these types of elements. If you don't put comma, what does this mean? This means apply the style on th tag which are inside td tag. Okay, again I repeat, if you don't put comma, it means I am considering th as a child of td. every TH which is inside TD, please apply the style, which is not the case. Here I want to apply same style on all my TD and TH, same style. So put comma. This is like multiple, yeah, multiple variable declaration. So this case, a style will be applied on both elements, same style. And I'll say border one pixel solid black. I want to also apply, save this, let's come back. Watch out what happens. You see guys, how does it look? Does it still look a table? Yeah, it looks like little table, but that is what not we wanted, right? Is this what we wanted? Doesn't look good, doesn't look really table. Why? Because each element has got a border. We don't want it. So what we want, these borders which are nearby each other, let's merge these borders, right guys? You see all these borders which are absolutely nearby each other for every cell. Let's merge these borders, bridge the gap, bridge this gap. Yeah. So I want to bridge the gap. I want to merge all these borders into single border. How that can be achieved? That's very easy. Come here and on the table element level, apply a style called border collapse property. And I say collapse. Please collapse all my border and let's see. Voila! Wow! Oh! Wow! 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 There you go. You can see border collapse property is actually collapsing all the nearby borders and getting a beautiful table. It still is not that beautiful as we wanted. Let's fill in some colors. So I want to apply some style on all the TH elements. I can say all the table rows. Inside each table row, wherever you find a TH, you can do like this. You can also do directly on TH, no problem. Directly all the TH element, I'm applying this style. I want to say background is, let's say brown, and just say color as white, and I want text decoration uppercase. Watch out. Gonna transform of the text in the uppercase. All my headings will be in uppercase. Background color will be brown. Foreground color will be white. Let's refresh. And voila, you see how beautiful your table heading looks like. Can you see guys the power of CSS? This is the CSS power. It has changed the background color, the foreground color, the text color, and the font transformation to uppercase for the data. Let's apply some on the TD tag. Yeah. On the TD tag now I want to apply. I will say my text font family is cursive. I want font size equals to 12. Let's come back, refresh, and you see font size is 12 and font family is now changed to this. And now guys, something really amazing. Let's introduce some more records. Guys, I would need some help from you guys to add some more records to my table. I'm going to add like 3 more records. Please help me guys with the data for this. First tell me the team name. Come on guys. Someone cricket fan. RCB. I guess it's Bangalore, right? What is the owner? Who is the owner of this team? What is the franchisee name? Mumbai. Mumbai is not owner. Malya. Malya left away, guys. I think let's put it anyway. Who is the captain of this team? I think it's Sachin Tendulkar, right? Ambani. How can Ambani be captain? Okay, Kohli. VK. Yeah, let's put VK. And now help me with next team. Maybe Mumbai. Amchi Mumbai. And let's put here Ambani. And let's put the captain name Sachin. And now let's come to the next one. Next team CSK. And who's the owner? I don't know. Maybe someone. And let's put the name. Who's the captain of CSK? Anyone? Srinivasan. Okay, fine. That's my data now. Some people saying Dhoni. Okay, let's put Dhoni. Okay, owner of. Okay, fine. Cool. Guys, my cricket knowledge is very less. I don't like cricket. I don't watch cricket. I don't waste my time behind cricket. Okay, now I save this. Let's come back, refresh, and you see now you got some data. But, we want a feature like Microsoft. We want to design a table. Watch out the beauty of this table here. See guys, watch out the beauty. Can you tell me what you like so much about this table? Anybody? What is so much beautiful about this table? Everybody. Anyone?
Each
What
row
is
is
so much?
different color.
Yes, very good. Every alternate row has a different color. It increases the readability of the table. This is called zebra coloring. Okay. This is called zebra coloring style for a table. So we want similar action or similar behavior in our CSS. How can we do? Pseudo class comes into the picture, guys. Pseudo class, we can use a pseudo class called init child. And let's apply this style on tr elements, every table record. So I come here and say tr, every table record which you see, please apply a style with nth child. So pseudo class nth hyphen child. This is as it is you got to use. Every even child, what should happen? Every odd child, what should happen? Every even child and every odd child. I want to say every even child. I want to apply style. I want to change the background to maybe I want to use green color or lime color. Now I want to use for this one white color. Let's come back line white combination. So you see every even child and every odd child, they all must have different coloring. So let's come back, refresh. Voila! See guys, alternate row coloring. Thanks to CSS pseudo class for achieving this for a table, guys. That's the beauty of CSS, guys. Pseudo class with alternate row coloring. How beautiful this table looks, guys. Earlier as compared to earlier table. Earlier table was looking so bad. This one looks so beautiful, guys. That's the power of CSS. Thanks to CSS for bringing colors, bringing beautiful, bringing prettiness to our HTML content. CSS makes the life colorful for the world of HTML. Now time for showcasing the external CSS. Let's cut out this piece of code here. We want to modularize. So let's cut this piece of code. I cut it. So I'm going to cut this piece of code completely out of here and see what happens to our page. Cut it. Let's refresh. What happens to our page? It looks dirty. See, it becomes dirty. The whole page got corrupted. It got dirty. That's what happens when the CSS does not load properly. The page looks very raw, very crude. It looks very dirty. Yeah. This is what you might have seen some website when you're loading CSS doesn't load. It looks white color background with everything black color text. Looks very dirty, very unclear. That's because of CSS. Now this whole CSS code which I have, I want to move it to a different file altogether. So let's go back, create a new folder. You can create directly in a file, but it's a good practice to have a folder to group your content. And now inside this, I'm going to add a new file. And I'm going to name this file as lifesaver.css. Yeah, lifesaver.css. Let's add this up. And I'm going to paste my complete CSS code inside. That's what we're doing. Paste the complete code in inside. And now I'm going to reference this file in here. So like guys, now my CSS code is there. But what do you think? Will it work or not? Anybody? What do you think? Will it work or not? Will this work or not? No, it won't work. A refresh, it doesn't work. You say, Anubhav, I put my CSS code, but it's still not working. Why? We have not connected this CSS yet to the page. For that connection, we're going to use a link tag. We're going to use the type. We're going to use the relation. And we're going to use an src property to specify the source, the path of the CSS. Let's put the type. type is text slash CSS. Relation type is a style sheet, and then a CSS source property is in CSS folder. I have a livesaver.css. That's how you connect a CSS using link tag, referencing a CSS which is there somewhere else and referencing as part of your page. Now, guys, if Facebook give their CSS to you, you can design, you can link the Facebook CSS here, design your page with the Facebook standards. Facebook gives you standard, use this as your class name, use this as your tag name. Then if you design your page like that, Facebook like page you can create because Facebook giving you the CSS file. So here this file link can be from internet anywhere, wherever you like. Yeah. Let's come back, refresh, and it still doesn't work. I think it's href property, not src. And voila, there you go. You can see I have got my CSS linked, connected. Whatever CSS code we had is now available. It's linking up. The idea here is making it more and more robust, making it modularized, making it reusable. If I give you my CSS file and if you understand the CSS code, you design your elements based on these class names, you're going to get same benefit free benefit out of my CSS. You can distribute this to your friends, your colleagues, and that's how it become a bootstrap framework, guys. A bootstrap framework is a standard framework provided by one of the W3C school directly. They give ready to use CSS. You rule, you understand the rules of the game, you understand what tag names, what class name you have to put in your HTML page and link the bootstrap CSS. It's going to make the beautiful website for you guys. That's what bootstrap. Just for information, we're not going to learn bootstrap. We're not developing websites here. We are understanding basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript so that we can utilize this knowledge in our SAP UI5. Okay, guys, that's the whole idea. So this is about external CSS, linking a CSS file. That's what called external CSS. Just connecting a file which is outside to your HTML page. Just connecting the CSS file outside your HTML page using below syntax. Syntax remains same, nothing changes. Link tag, the type is text CSS. The relation type is style sheet, and the href property is the path. Okay, that's link tag. That's how you connect external CSS. That's it for the day, guys. We are closing the CSS chapter by now. Please feel free to ask your questions. Let me take it first from the chat window, then we'll open the line for you guys. In my exercise, I didn't use T header and T body, but it still looks fine. But your example, I see those tags. Sure, no problem, Sudeep. You can continue. But you remember just some time back, I told you something. My course always follows standard best practices. The best practice says you should use table header and table body. This is what best practice says. If even you may get output, see guys, best practice says always put your HTML content in the body. Always put your HTML content in the body, but you can still go and put content in header. Yes, you can. I can put an input field here. This is completely possible. You can put the content in the header also. There is no problem. It will render. But what the best practice is saying, you see, it has got my input field. What the best practice say, it says put it in the body. So you can do things. It does, but it doesn't give you a license to do things wrong. Okay, choice is your. My duty is to tell you the best practice and teach you in a way the best practices are followed. It's up to you to easily violate these best practices. Yeah, you can violate best practices the way you want. It's your choice. But then you're going to get nice code review comments. When an architect, senior architect review your code, you are going to get nice code reviews, code review comments. It's your choice. It's your choice. You want the comments in the code review, you can, no problem. My duty is to just teach you best practices. along with the code. Whether you follow or not, it's your duty, it's your choice. Okay, is it href? Okay, that was for CSS, I think done already. Will you provide this Word document which you create? It's already available. Syed, you have to watch our training videos. You missed 5 classes, Syed. All of these doubts are already covered in previous classes. We have a training blog where all these videos are posted, including the study material. You can go to our training blog. Please watch the missed classes, Syed. I request you, then you will ask the right questions. You missed these 5 classes actually, Syed. Please watch them
Actually,
in session recording tab, this particular blog. Okay, that time you'll understand it better. All the session presentation study material is posted here in this section. Okay. Now, not getting execute option in web IDE. Okay, Hemendra, we will check it in a minute. Just hold on. I am unable to save my HTML file in WebID full stack. I save, nothing happens. Okay, we'll check that also. After clearing the float, for some element, I want float for other elements in the bottom. Is it possible? Yes, no problem. You can do central floating. Just do one thing. Put all the elements with same class name. Okay. You want to apply central floating? Just keep doing that. It's very easy. So keep doing, put class name 1 space class name, sorry, comma, class name 2, comma, dot class name 3. Like this, keep specifying your element classes, curly braces, and just apply the float. Like this you can do, guys. Yeah, so you'll apply float throughout on all elements with these classes. That's easy, right? Rather than writing multiple, you can do it at one place. That's why I taught you the comma option to apply style on multiple elements. So let's move on to the first question on screen sharing session with Hemendra. He is facing some issue. So Hemendra, over to you. Please unmute your line. Let me give you presenter rights and you share your screen and we will see what issue are you facing in the system. So let me give you presenter rights. You will get a download request to download a GoToMeeting tool. Just say add to my browser, open the plugin, whatever it is saying. Sometimes you will also get a pop-up blocker in the browser. Unblock the pop-up which browser is throwing. Just choose that option so that you will be able to share the screen with us. After Hemendra, we will look into Raj Shekharan's issue. So we'll do that. In the meantime, he shares his screen. Anybody on the line, any questions? Please feel free to ask. Any question on the audio line?
yeah.
You can ask. Yes, please.
Hi, Mo, I'm Pawan.
Yes,
I have one query.
yes, please.
For every image, you use the div tag. So can we use one div tag and put all 3 images tag inside that? And can we achieve the same functionality? Is
No,
that possible?
no. Then the float will not be applied on. See, floating has to be done at individual element level. So floating should be done at each individual element level. So that's why we surrounded each element with the div element. Okay. So it will not work if you closing all 3 elements inside a single block. Then you will not be able to achieve the floating. Okay. That's why you have to surround it with the 3 div element with the same sharing of class name classification.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Evinder, yes, we can see your screen. Please go ahead and share what you are facing the issue with. I can't hear you. Do you have mic?
Yeah, Anubhav.
Now I can hear.
Anubhav, yes. So this is the file. Actually, let me log out and then log in again.
Which tool is this, man?
This is the web ID on premises web ID.
I'm seeing it first time. I've never seen this kind of web ID.
This okay?
This one is okay, yes.
Okay. So if I log in, it's taking me to the same way. Even it says ORM content. What is this?
Maybe this is your on-premise web ID. How did you get an access to this kind of web ID?
No, it was fine. It was actually proper. The way your web ID looks like, but all of a sudden it got hanged. I restarted system and re-login. It's coming like this, and unfortunately, it's not allowing me to change. I mean, change is allowing, but it's not allowing me to save also.
Okay, for
See,
saving
and
purpose, there's a workaround you can do. I think this is new web ID, guys. I feel this is new web ID. Okay, point one, it's not allowing save, no problem. Do one thing, is stop your Orient server and close this edit.
I did it. Anyway, let's try again and close this.
Yeah, close your Orient server exe. Close this HTML
Yeah,
edit.
done.
Go back to Orient exe,
Yeah.
right click and run as administrator.
Okay.
Day before yesterday, I got a mail from Uday. Uday was saying it's printing. When I'm typing, it's writing in Gujarati. So I was surprised to see kind of behavior too. So this happens, with system. It's something may happen. Okay, so you choose the run as administrator, right?
Yeah.
Okay, please open the web ID now.
What is
Using Chrome only. That seems to be okay.
Looks the same.
No. I think. Wait. Go to preferences. Can you see the gear icon? Click on that gear icon. I think you might have changed
Yes.
the theme actually by mistake. There is a theme property.
Yes,
Editor setting. Can you go
I'm
to
in
editor setting?
editor setting. Yes.
Yeah. So here you must see some key bindings, auto save. There must be something like theme or something. The look and feel. When did you download this web ID?
Oh, this is if when I was doing it first class, like last session.
Editor styles. Can you see editor styles
Editor style.
on the
Where
left
is
side
that?
itself?
Okay.
Yeah, just choose that.
Which one? Theme.
Yeah, make it darker.
Oh, no, this is just color change.
Color change. Okay.
And display language Java HTML.
No, that's not a big thing. I think there is some theming which is affecting this. Can you go to user profile? There is some theming which is affected, or I think it got converted naturally to Web ID full stack because I see Cloud Foundry option. Earlier, this Cloud Foundry option was not there, guys. So looks like they have changed the web ID the way it works. Okay. So maybe I have to check that up because I see more options are coming up as part of your. This looks like web ID full stack actually because Cloud
No,
Foundry
I have
options are not there actually earlier. Okay.
I have full stack in Mac. So, but I'm using this Windows now.
I think there is some setting which would have got this updated or upgraded. That is why it's showing like this. I need to check it out. But anyway, you can now try editing. At least editing should allow. Okay.
So say BR track again.
Because now
It's giving me a lot of. It's giving me all the tag also possible tags.
yeah, that's
if I
actually
access denied, see is it pop-up? Access denied. Oh, sorry. Where is that?
Let me check my web ID path. What is my web ID path? It shows.
There
Oh,
was access.
can you do one thing for me? Just go and type the URL localhost/webid/index.html. That's what you can try. Localhost. I can see you're right now in localhost edit mode /webide. Type /webide/index. That's the URL you could use.
Index.html.
Use that, please.
Come on.
It will load. Take some time.
Yeah, it's coming now. Oh, back. Yes.
Yeah. So I think you were using a different URL altogether within the local
Yep,
host.
I got now.
Yeah. That was the reason.
But by the way, as I got you, so this page I can run, okay,
Yeah, I guess.
and I'm getting output as well. But I got few things. Video is audio is not working. That's a different issue. But here I am still getting this red unexpected start tag and what is this named entity expected.
Okay.
21 and 10. Is this something wrong or
No,
because
wait.
it's working anyway?
Go till the bottom. No, there's nothing wrong. Come down. This is best practice. Web ID is telling you best practices which you have got to follow. Okay. Come down at the bottom.
Yeah.
You have not included your HTML body inside HTML tag. The body and header has to be inside an HTML tag. Please add at the end an ending of
It's there.
there.
No, it's there. Hold on. It's there.
Ah,
See, yeah, here.
so you can also go
Here.
for HTML validation. So select everything, Control A, and you can
Okay.
take this code and paste it into something called htmlvalidator.com. There you can paste and validate what is that which you are violating when it comes to practicing the HTML. Yeah, htmlvalidator.com. You can validate your HTML code over there.
Validate this one?
Yeah, anything is okay.
What is this markup?
No, choose the third option, validate by direct input. So this is markup validation. Just paste it and say check. It checks the best practice code for your HTML.
Okay. So how we know what's the problem?
Down. It must have got a report. Down. No, you got not inside the box. Come down. Scroll down on page. Not inside the box. Yes, you see?
Oh, here in this?
In this it's saying error, right? See, body. Body has been seen, must element. You see all these bottom. Just now you saw, right? Come down, you see
Oh,
warning.
this one?
Warning. On
This
the
one, error?
yes, error, warning, you see? These are all the things you've got to fix it up.
Header.
The body tag has been seen, an element of type was already open. So there are, I think, two body elements. That's why it's giving you the error. Go back to your page. As I can see, there is an error with body. It says there are two body elements which are already open. Go back, please. I think you by mistake have added two body elements. Go on the top.
Body I can see.
You can do Control F and search it.
Control F. Body. Oops. Control T. This is end.
Only one is there. Why it is not showing the above one? Scroll on the top. You got to search that. So you have to verify your HTML from that .com and just check. Okay. That once you fix that, it will work. Just remove line number 9. I can see line number 9. It's actually treating it as a body. Just remove that. Save it.
I think there are two titles.
Yes, that could also be the reason. You can see there is a header.
There are two titles.
There are two titles.
Oh, this one.
And no, the problem is where is your header tag? No, it's not two titles. Where is your header tag? What is the best practice I taught you? HTML has head and body, right? You have a body. Where is your head? There is no brain in your HTML. right? Where is head tag?
Okay.
So please follow best practices. You will naturally gonna get response. Cut and paste your complete code of title and header inside the head tag now. Not this only. You got to cut and paste complete code. Now the code which is outside head is orphan. It is neither part of body nor part of header. It's orphan actually. It will create more problems for you. Okay. And this header is empty now. Just remove this head. There's no use of it. Save it. You see the errors are gone. Similarly for anchor, you got to follow the best practice actually. Okay. Great. So let's move on to the next one. There was one more doubt which somebody was facing. Who was that?
Can I?
Raj Shekharan. Let me go to Raj Shekharan. Please share your screen. Raj, can you please unmute your line?
Yeah, Anubhav, I'm trying to share, but I think it's not
Now,
allowing me.
right.
Yeah. So I should select which one? Switch to desktop or open store?
Desktop.
Switch to desktop. Okay. One minute. It's throwing some pop-ups.
Take your time.
Can I ask a quick question before he starts?
Sure.
So, oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. It's downloading something and it's asking me to install. I think go to meetings opener.exe.
Yeah, sure. Please accept that.
No, I cannot install in my system. So
It will do a browser plugin. So don't worry. It will add it.
oh, okay.
Just choose it.
Okay.
Anubhav, can I ask my question now, or shall I wait? Okay, just a quick thing. I mean, I just wanted to understand, like, when I was looking at the previous person's screen, it was, whenever we do coding, it's a best practice to do also, like, pretty printer, like the beautify statement that I was trying to understand. When I was looking at his, the code, it was not. Is there a quick way to just select all and just do a quick pretty printer or like a beautify? But for some reason, I see the option is available on my full stack and also on my local personal edition, but both of them are showing disabled. I know you suggested me to quickly do that settings, but it's still not allowing me to enable.
We cannot do pretty printer or beautification of CSS and HTML extension of files in WebID right now. Only .js and .xml files we can do the pretty printer in SAP WebID.
Okay.
So one option you can use is copy your code. There are a lot of online tool available to prettify your HTML and CSS. Do it from there.
Okay.
Come back, paste the code back. Because the reason WebID is not meant for developing websites. That is we cannot use it. Okay.
Okay.
It is meant for building UI5 application, which is our main goal. We are using WebID to practice these things, which is okay, but they are not. The WebID is not meant for doing website development. This work what we're doing is core website development, which is not our ultimate goal. Ultimate goal is SAP UI5. When we'll go that chapter, that time you see code completion, that time you will see this pretty printer, all these features will become enabled for JS files, .js and .xml files only it does it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Anubhav.
Yeah. Anubhav, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'll do, I'll cut this so you can see I'm trying. I'll save now. And the first time it saves, and let's say I run the file. The run option is not available. Okay.
This is your web IDE full stack from SAP Cloud Platform, I guess.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So the run configuration is not, actually it was available, but now it is not there. Run configuration and the run
basics. Right click on the basics folder. Run configuration. Edit or project. I
okay.
think the project settings. Here you'll find you don't see that option.
Actually, it was there earlier yesterday when I saw,
One
but
second.
now I think
We'll get it. Please don't click on the right side. Can you come on the project type? Just scroll down. Yes. Here usually project type should come as SAP Ui5 Fiori something. Anyway, you can still run it, not a problem. Just right click on index HTML, say run as index HTML.
I cannot find a run button here.
Basics. Right click on the basics project. Yes, right click here. You see run option, not? Huh?
No.
Where did it go? Okay, no problem. Come out of project settings. Click on close button on the right side.
Click on
right side bottom. You see close button. Save and close.
This one.
Close that.
Okay.
Now try.
I think it is not. It is not even highlighting it.
No,
You
forget
can see
about
that.
the button. You just got to run it from here directly. Right.
Okay.
On the HTML page, right click on the HTML page. Click is going somewhere else. No problem. We'll try one more thing. Go on the top. The menu, you will see a run button.
Okay.
In the menu.
It's not going.
On
the menus. Yeah, 1 minute. I'm not able to see the menu actually. I think it has come down something. 1 minute.
You got to scroll up, sir.
No, scroll. It is already scroll up. I mean, it's already up. You can see that
in the browser.
No, there is no this thing. So we have this extra window here. I don't know what this window is.
That is console actually.
Okay.
But you can practice, no problem. Just press refresh. Let us reload the web ID.
Okay.
And now, can you please go to the projects tab on the top? You see there are two tabs.
This one, right?
Yes. Now select new project. Unsupported. Okay. Go on the left arrow. Go back to the file only. File mode. Yeah. File mode. Select index HTML. Right click. How is that possible that it is not allowing? Yeah. Now you see some issue, some temporary issue with internet-based web ID. And should get you the data. There you go.
Okay, so this is fine. No, it was I was able to execute it. Now when let's say I put it back, the extra code. When I save it, I think now it is working.
It will work. You can just
the first time it works.
That page which is open, refresh there. You don't have to do anything. Just refresh. Yes, refresh here. Yeah, there you go.
1 minute. I'm cutting this again, saving.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know how it's working now because yesterday, the first time when I save, it saves. After that, it doesn't save.
Yes. In at front of trainer, everything works.
no.
When at front of your manager, nothing works. At front of your trainer, everything works. This happens.
Okay, now
I am practicing something. It is not working. When I show to my trainer, it works. I'm preparing something. I create some software. When I go to the demo meetings, in the demo day, nothing works. It happens not just with you. It happens with everybody.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Thank you.